This is Warhawk Beyond 2040, bringing to you another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. And today I wanted to discuss and share my thoughts with all of you about what took place on the April 21st, 2025 edition of Raw, which was the post WrestleMania show involving this new alliance that is taking shape between Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman, and the newest addition, Bron Breakker, and what the possibilities of this new faction could actually mean. So, Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman came out to a chorus of boos, even though the fans were singing along to Seth Rollins' theme. And just when it looked like we were going to get some form of an explanation, CM Punk comes out, Seth Rollins and CM Punk go at it, and then we see Bron Breakker get involved, and then Roman Reigns comes out, and both Punk and Reigns get laid out, and then to close out this segment, we see Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, and Bron Breakker standing together in what would appear to be a new faction on the rise. So I have been hearing stories about this for quite a while now. I have been hearing possibilities of a new Shield, like a new Shield Mark II, perhaps, with Seth Rollins, with two new guys. Another one I heard was the possibility of a new incarnation of Dangerous Alliance, which was a legendary faction from the old WCW. And earlier today, I heard the possibility of a new evolution with Austin Theory possibly being added to the team. There's so many different rumors and stories going around about what this could actually mean. And, you know, anytime you have a faction with Paul Heyman as its manager, you know it's going to be good, and most importantly, you know it's going to be gold. I mean, look at what Paul Heyman did for the Bloodline for almost 5 years. For me, that was probably some of his best work ever post Brock Lesnar. And, you know, Paul Heyman is one of those special managers who can just take any guy or a group of guys, make them feel like a big deal, and make them look good. And, you know, an alliance between Seth Rollins and Bron Breakker was definitely not on my bingo card. That's for sure. But I like this. This is very intriguing. Who else could join? We'll have to wait and see, really. But if this is the start of a new faction, then we're off to a tremendous start. And what makes this even more interesting is that Paul Heyman has been an advocate for Bron Breakker behind the scenes. So I'm pleased to see that they have decided to keep Bron Breakker as a heel because it looked like he was probably going to turn into some form of a badass babyface leading up to WrestleMania 41, but I'm glad that hasn't happened. So I'm really excited to see where all of this goes and who else could be joining. In my opinion, I would like to see either Carmelo Hayes join or maybe Austin Theory. You know, any of those guys or both of them could benefit greatly with Paul Heyman guiding them. I think those two could be great additions to the team. We'll have to see, really, but I like this. You know, I'm intrigued to see where this goes. And, you know, Seth Rollins, you know, he works so much better as a heel, although those hideous yellow pants don't really do his new heel persona a lot of favors. But hopefully, in the next few weeks going forward, we'll see Seth Rollins ditch the colourful attires and start going back to more traditional dark clothing again. And maybe we'll see a brand new persona because, you know, love Seth Rollins or hate him, he's done an excellent job in constantly keeping his character fresh and always reinventing himself. He's never stayed the same. So I have to give him his props for that. Always trying new things out. So we have Seth Rollins and now Bron Breakker and Paul Heyman as the manager. I like this, and I like this a lot. So let's see where this goes. I'm intrigued. Here we go. This could be a lot of fun. So, anyway, that's going to be it from me. I'm going to wrap this up now. What's your thoughts on Bron Breakker joining Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman? Are you excited? Could this lead to the birth of a new faction, perhaps? Could we be seeing a new Dangerous Alliance or a new evolution? Or could we see a new incarnation of the Shield? Maybe Shield 2.0 or Shield Mark II, perhaps? Who else do you think could join? Austin Theory, perhaps? Carmelo Hayes? Or do you think we might see guys who we have never seen before? Maybe someone from NXT, perhaps? You know what to do, guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts and comments down below. And I will see all of you next time for another edition of the Wrestling Discussion Series. So until next time, take care, everybody, and stay safe. And once again, as always, much appreciated. Thanks for listening.